Hello and welcome to Quays News. I'm Charlotte Curry.
And I'm Faith Verity.
A couple from Stockport are stranded in Dubai. They say they feel safe in their hotel despite strikes across the Middle East.
As the war continues, hundreds of British people are still stranded and waiting for flights out of the region.
Our reporter Ben Hadley has been speaking to that couple stuck in Dubai. Ben, what have they told you?
Yes, many people have been stuck in the UAE and Dubai after flights were grounded in the country and surrounding areas. However, I spoke to Paul and Michelle Shelley, who said they're feeling safe in Dubai. Even though they're stuck in the hotel, they feel safe due to intercepted missiles over the top. This is despite the looming missile strikes that they are facing.
It's a surreal situation right here, right now, hearing the booms and the interceptions that we hear frequently. Something I never thought that we'd ever live through. But we are here and we are very safe. I feel very protected, and I feel that the air defences are looking after us and they're doing all they can to protect us here. So yeah, although it's like lockdown again and we are locked in, we do feel very safe, and we just hope and pray that it's over very, very soon.
And Ben, what's the situation more broadly across the Middle East and here?
Well, in the last hour, the Prime Minister has pledged to send 4 Typhoon fighter jets to a British base in Qatar. This has promised also that British citizens will be able to return on government-chartered flights back to the country. However, this comes as commercial flights out of the country, such as Dubai and the UAE, start to gear up to depart.
And we are responding to requests from allies in the region for further help. I can announce today that we're sending 4 additional Typhoon jets to join our squadron in Qatar, to strengthen our defensive operations in Qatar and across the region.
Obviously, this is still an extremely complex situation with multiple countries being involved and multiple strikes in different areas. However, we believe that repatriation flights will soon be returning the British people back to their home country in the next few days.
Thank you, Ben. AnimeCon took place in Manchester for the first time ever at Central Hall last weekend.
Our reporter Harry Smith has the story.
Last weekend, AnimeCon came to Manchester for the first time, as many fans of anime shows such as Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Demon Slayer, and many fan favourites got Manchester Central Hall sold out. The event had voice actors talking about their careers and who they voice, such as Emily Neves, who voices in The Other Side Picnic, The Future Diary, and other anime.
Proposes to her all the time. They have this very real moment where things get really dark between them, and that show is so good. But I came out of those sessions and I was like, I think that might be my best voice acting to date, because I was so invested and I was so just like affected by what was happening.
I think Zonka may see Jabber as an enemy, but I think Jabber doesn't, especially because he won. He's like, I thought, you're cool. I thought we would fight more, but whatever, I think he legitimately sees them as
which had
friends.
big
So I
fan
think he's going to
turnouts,
be really
such as
excited
Zena
to see him
Robinson,
again.
who started voice acting at just 14 years old. He's also the voice actor of Go the Pokemon Journey series.
Time to catch it! Okay, Pokeball, go! No luck.
Go! There's another!
Where? All right, let's try this one. Now, curveball, go!
Although Pokemon Day was on the same day as AnimeCon, I had to ask who fans' favourite Pokemon were. Pokemon?
My favourite Pokemon is Maractus from Gen 5. I love Maractus so much. I can only hope and pray that maybe they'll get a regional form in the next game, but yeah, I know that's wishful thinking.
Though AnimeCon came to a close last weekend, there are plans for another one in Manchester in 2027 after a successful turnout at Manchester Central Hall. Who's your favourite Pokemon? Quays TV, Harry Smith.
Last Saturday, the Brit Awards came to Manchester, and whilst they were here, there were several promotional posters and paintings spotted around Manchester.
One of them in particular has caused some major backlash. Our reporter, Max Loffman, has more.
I am here outside a Brits mural. Now, this isn't any old Brits mural. It's actually sparked a lot of controversy online. Now, the reason for this is before we had the lovely Brits mural, we actually had another mural that was painted by over 40 homeless people around Manchester. This mural was created by artists who were or is homeless, and it sparked controversy online as it's now been painted over by the Brits mural.
They've moved all the homeless people elsewhere and even painted over a homeless mural for this event. Well done.
That's disgusting. Have these people got no respect for homeless people's artwork? Don't these people ask with the community if they would be happy with this?
The Doodle on Ducey Street, created in 2018 with around 40 artists who were or had been homeless, was painted over for a temporary Brits promo, despite countless blank walls being available a bit less prominent.
Now, although that has sparked a lot of backlash from this painting behind me, there are a few people who actually do enjoy the mural and do appreciate the Brits. Obviously, this was the first time the Brits have been in Manchester and at the Co-op Live Arena, so some people quite appreciate the art and appreciate the Brits being here and painting around Manchester.
I just love murals in general, you know what I mean? When I go to cities like Bristol and Manchester, and we actually live in Cork, I'm an Australian that lives in Cork, and Cork is full of murals. I mean, every day there's a new mural up, so I just appreciate any kind of street artwork. And I grew up in kind of Sydney in the 80s, and graffiti was very big in the 80s on the trains and that. And I mean, we're a big fan of the Brit Awards. We actually watched the Brit Awards, and my boy was just asking as we're coming in the train to Manchester Piccadilly, "Oh, Dad, where did they hold the Brit Awards?" So, you know, it's kind of just very relevant because we've just got off the train to Manchester, even though we live in Ireland, and the first thing we see is a mural dedicated to the Brit Awards, really, so it was quite good.
Now, although there are some people who do appreciate and love the mural that the Brits did for obviously the Brit Awards, due to the backlash, a local Manchester artist has said he is going to come over in the next few weeks and paint over it and bring it back to its former glory. Max Loftman, Salford.
TV licence fees are set to increase in April.
Our reporter Charlie is live outside the BBC with the details. So Charlie, what do we know about the fees going up?
Such as BBC Bite Size. From the 1st of April, the licence fee will go up to £180 a year. While this is an incredible opportunity for the BBC to fund their services, it's not well agreed with everyone.
So Charlie, what do we know about the TV licence fees going up?
Jack Griffin, a senior communication specialist at the BBC, said the licensing fee ensures the BBC has financial stability it needs to deliver for audiences and support the creative industries of the UK. He also said that the governments are considering funding arrangements to ensure that the BBC are continuing to deliver a public service that meets the audience's needs.
How many people use the BBC's services?
The BBC is the #1 ranked source of trusted news in the UK, with 94% of adults using some form of BBC service at least once a month. The BBC licensing system started about 80 years ago, with the first combined TV and licensing fee costing £2, with it was also the first year of the first children's TV broadcasting. Nowadays, the BBC is made up of 9 national channels with 2 separate stations dedicated to providing children's programming.
What is the response to the new funding changes?
Well, the responses have been mixed. For some people who use the BBC on the daily, they said this is an incredible opportunity and love the chance to keep these services free. However, for some people, they feel this is unacceptable, thinking that paying the system is unfair, they shouldn't have to pay it, and these licensing fee changes are complicated. However, it's important to note that despite these changes in the licensing fee, free TV licence will still be available for everyone over the age of 75 or anyone who is blind.
Thank you so much for that, Charlie. Now, you may not have heard of the French sport pétanque, but it has its own very own exclusive club right here in Stretford. Players of all ages can come together and get a slice of France and enjoy the community spirit.
Our reporter Izzy went down to the club to have a go and find out what it's all about.
The distinctive sound of clinking metal can be heard this morning in a quiet park in Stretford. It's the sound of a French sport, echoing its own name. Petanque is played by throwing hollow steel balls as close as possible to a small wooden target called the cochonnet, or little pig in French. It's the national sport of Madagascar and it has now arrived here in Manchester.
It's one of those things that it's a game that anyone can play. It's very easy to pick up the rules of the game. We're very welcoming in terms of it's any age, physical ability. We wanted to promote it to everybody. The Women's Institute have been down for sessions and we're going to be doing sessions with the schools as well.
Oh, I did that really fast. I didn't mean to do that fast.
You may not have heard about this niche sport, but for the players here it provides a great sense of community and the club even boasts French and Madagascan members.
Yeah, he learnt as a child there. It's like a street game which they start there, but we've got French people as well who play the game with us. France is known to be the birth of the game, and again we joke and say they get bulls instead of or as a christening present.
En direction de la boule, hein, lui a dit Jean fait le teint, on peut alors. Oh là 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 là. Philippe, est-ce que c'était dans le plan de bataille ça? Je pense pas, mais c'est bien, ça compte.
Organisers say increasing awareness is key to the sport's future, and they hope more people will discover the game in a few local parks around the country. Glenn Floyd, a regional petanque organiser, says the sport has huge potential in the UK, saying, "I want to see more young people encouraged, as they are the future of petanque in England." Isabel Monday, Quays News.
Now it's time for a spot of weather. Our reporter, Rami Al-Homzi, has more.
Hello, and this is the weather in Manchester. So today is the hottest day of the year so far, 13 degrees, with a high of 60 degrees. Some are saying it's even warmer than Ibiza, and also light drizzle midday on Friday. And over the weekend it will be cloudy on Saturday and also cloudy on Sunday with sunny spells. We're entering spring now, so we're expecting more sun. We're going to the Manchester midday music events. Be careful because it will rain, unfortunately. We barely get any sun here. The sun rises at 6:45 tomorrow. It sets at 5:52 p.m. in the afternoon. That was the weather. Take care.
That's all from us. Thank you for tuning in to Quays News.
We hope you have a lovely evening. Goodbye.